Well, today I got a hold of the new Hammond Collection stygimoloch. And the box is the same bullshit we had with the Tiger Raptor. Since I'm not an in-box collector, generally speaking I don't really care about the boxes. However, the inclusion of poorly photoshopped renders in place of poorly photoshopped pictures of the actual figure is disingenuous. And the change in that side panel flap breaks up any consistency that you'd have with your previous Hammond Collection figures. And then of course the True FX logo is there to make you think that you're getting something better than you actually are. Spoiler alert, you're not. So, how is this figure? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth spending your money on? Well, I'm pleased to report that nothing negative immediately jumped out at me when I opened this thing up. But nothing really positive did either. The overall coloration is darker than it should be. The stygimoloch's spiky head spikes are all cast out of a rubbery material that's quite soft, so they can be sharp but not dangerous. So that's nice. The tail can be easily removed for in-box storage, which, in my opinion, is a better and more useful feature than the glass eyes. Speaking of the glass eyes, they are dog shit. A light has to be shined directly into them to make them appear any color besides black. Now, the non-Hammond Collection stygimoloch's eyes appear to be painted black, so I guess at least it isn't a downgrade, but I certainly wouldn't call it a selling point. This stygimoloch contains all of the standard Hammond Collection small dinosaur articulation that you would expect. So how big is the stygimoloch next to a 3.75-inch figure? This big. So far, overall, stygimoloch is not a bad figure. We could nitpick on the paint. The counter shading on the thigh seems to clash with the pattern. This gives it a crowded, noisy looking effect. Paint-wise, the non-Hammond Collection version just seems cleaner. The non-Hammond Collection stygimoloch features counter shading all the way down the bottom of the tail. It also has painted toe claws, except the dew claw, a painted beak, and no painted claws on the forelimbs. The Hammond Collection version lacks any counter shading on the bottom of the tail. There seems to be a little bit of dry brushing on the dome and the head spikes, but that's all the premium paint application you get. So what are my final thoughts on the Hammond Collection stygimoloch? In a nutshell, I don't think I have ever been less surprised by a dinosaur figure. It is no better and no worse than I anticipated it being. Should you pick one up? If you want a posable stygimoloch figure, then yeah. It's not bad, but there's also nothing to gush over either.